What do you have to say to the women in Afghanistan right now?
Yes. Well, the women of Afghanistan women and girls in Afghanistan have been a very high priority for many of us in Congress, Democrats and Republicans alike, House and Senate, White House, President Laura Bush, Michelle Obama, Jill Biden, all of us have had that as a high priority. Quite frankly, I think some of the support for our presence in Afghanistan across the country sprang from the interest of the American people of the fate of women and girls in Afghanistan. I've been in Afghanistan 9 times, many times led by Susan Davis of California for a Mother's Day visit. Well, of course, our whole purpose is security, to thank our troops, some of them moms, some of them grandmoms fighting the war, and also to remind some of the others to call home for Mother's Day, but nonetheless also to visit the women in the hinterlands, not just in Kabul, that's obvious, but doctors, professors, lawyers, judges, women that are highly visible, and the need for us to protect them, but also the poorest of the poor women throughout the country, and seeing their girls go to school, to see the next generation to have opportunity that they did not have. So we have to make this a subject of the greatest transparency, shining the biggest, brightest light on what the Taliban may do. So far, we're not, they're painting over beauty salons and things like that. We'll see where it goes from there. People ask me, do you trust them when they say, we're not going to change we're not going to hurt women and the rest? We'll see, but we can't take that chance. I've just seen that Malala, lovely Malala, who has been so courageous, is speaking out on this, and I have a call into her to say, any way we can help you, but we do want that. Now, you give me an opportunity to say that please call our office if you have a concern about Afghanis, about people getting out. What do we say? Let me give the right, because I have so many websites, but this one is, I'm sorry?
Pelosi.house.gov.
Pelosi.house.gov. Pelosi.house.gov. That's my San Francisco place for you to call. We have speakership thing, this, that, want to go there. And then we are in touch with the State Department about specific cases with NGOs there. Let me just say that I was very proud, and I spoke to my colleague Jason Crow this morning, who took the lead on the visas for those who helped us there, and largely helping in the military aspects of it. But many NGOs were helpful there, Roots for Peace, local to us here. Also, there are other groups that were helpful that were not U.S. NGOs, but NGOs there that need that relief, that visa relief coming out. My most recent communication from DOD this morning was that they've identified a large number of Americans, we're just talking Americans right now, who have visas and need to get out. Well, they're Americans, they don't need a visa. But the question is how to get them to the airport, and that's a question of the intentions of the Taliban as well. So this is all-consuming in every way. San Francisco is a very welcoming place, has always been there. When we had the Muslim ban, remember that, over 4 years ago? Well, that was a direct hit on the people who helped us. And therefore, the diplomats and military and all came forward and said, we have to get rid of the Muslim ban because that hits the people who helped us so much in Iraq and Afghanistan. And at that time, I just always like to say this because I think it's important. At that hearing that we had, of course it was a rump hearing because we didn't have a majority, but we had it anyway. At that hearing, the leader of the American evangelicals, the evangelical community, came to oppose that Muslim ban, and he said this, he said, the U.S. refugee resettlement program is the crown jewel of American humanitarianism. We just have to remember that and be more welcoming, especially to those who helped us, but nonetheless for those who have a well-founded fear of persecution wherever it may be. So again, it's about values. It's about values of our responsibility to other people, as other countries, other people affected by all this. That's why I was asking about HIV/AIDS. Could we use that mechanism to be able to get more drugs to more people to fight the pandemic in the southern hemisphere specifically?